Welcome to another week of Viva Los Bills. Will Clone, aka what? Buffalo Will. I changed it up a little bit
What?
today. And our cousin, the main cousin everybody loves, cousin Vinny, what's
What
up?
up? What's up, baby? What's up, baby? Another 4-0 week, baby.
Another 4-0, you mean? It's the first time in a long time. So, being that Vinny made this
Well,
up, proposed
yeah,
it,
yeah,
here we go.
yeah.
Let's reach
yeah.
over. Let me reach over to my handy dandy little
Ah,
cooler. Cooler my
you're
kids
killing
got.
me.
Good Lord. I don't know about this, but hey, I said yes. So we
And
gotta
what I
talk
meant by
about
4-0, I said another win,
it.
another win week.
By the way, we're live here on I-95 Sports Network and on Zingo TV, channel 198, across Facebook and so forth. Are you ready, sir? Bam, here we go. I got mine. Here we go.
I got mine right
Here,
here.
cheers. To all the fans out there, here we go. They got chocolate. Congratulations.
Salute.
Oh, Buffalo
Congratulations, Bills, baby. Go Bills.
and all that stuff. Cheers.
I've been waiting for that.
That's good. It's nice and cold. Even better after another victory. So we're holding it down there. Just a heads up, we'll have a little special guest later on joining us. We'll talk about the game after that once he joins us and so forth. Man, that was cold, boy. I took those
That felt
beers.
good. You got brain freeze?
Cooler with a big ice pack in there. So yeah. All right, here we go. Another week. What's up, everybody? All right, let's jump into some news. As we know, Houston, the Texans said enough is enough and fired Bill O'Brien. Gone. Adios. Afuera. Bye-bye. One of those landing spots I chose or said if Brian Dable does become head coach, there's a chance he could go there too. But that would be like my third choice. So he's gone. Saints, I mean, it's towards your area down there somewhat. They were saying they won't evacuate ahead of Hurricane Delta, which at one point was a Category 4, but now it's been downgraded to a Category 2. So hopefully it keeps downgrading, and they get that game in, and nobody has to worry about it. So maybe it'll just be a lot of rain. Another thing that happens this week, Washington Redskins said enough is enough also and benched Dwayne Haskins. We thought it would happen. It's happening now. But what was surprising is that they benched him for Kyle Allen instead of Alex Smith. But Alex Smith, which is weird, is now the backup to Kyle Allen. So he's making his way up to where he probably should be. So they demoted Dwayne. He went from first to third. Go sit down and learn some football, man. What should happen is, if Kyle
called it though.
Yeah, if Kyle Allen doesn't play well, hey, Alex Smith should be starting. The good thing for them is that the AFC East is so bad that if they win 2-3 games, they're back in the hunt. So, but poor Dwayne. Let's see if he learns. If not, he could be on the trading block next year. Who knows? Another update was there was 188 players. Well, I don't know if it changed, but 188 players on the IR. Yeah. It's crazy, man. We're only a week. This is week 5 coming up now. 188 players on the IR. We know it's a little different because, you can stick anybody on the IR, but still 188 players is ridiculous. One thing, the Patriots, Cam Newton last week tested positive COVID-19. Well, after their game. No, before their game, right? And before now Stephon Gilmore did, but supposedly after since Stephon Gilmore, no new players have been tested positive. But their game against the Denver Broncos will be postponed and played on Monday now. So that's another thing. He's gone. Should have been. It's crazy. I don't know how we go from nothing to everybody's got this thing.
There was a picture circulating of Stephon Gilmore when he hugged
Cam Newton.
What's his name from the Chiefs? The quarterback from the Chiefs. Mahomes is going around, so they're like, oh yeah, they're like, hopefully nobody else gets it, but this COVID stuff is going crazy, man. This especially we're going to get into with the Titans situation too, and how that's going to affect the Buffalo Bills. But go ahead with the other news. We'll get back to that.
All right. You know what? We'll wait for the Titans games, even though we do. I guess I could say it. It doesn't matter. It's going to affect our game anyway. We'll talk about it. So real quick, Titans facility still remains closed as of last week. There are no talks about even this was, I wrote this before, you could tell that they were possibly going to forfeit the game. The NFL was looking into it, but we know it's not going to be forfeited. It's going to be postponed. So now they're going to play on Tuesday if no more positive cases happen from here, I guess, to the weekend. Because if they do, I guess at some point they're just going to forfeit it. The bad thing about forfeiting,
they were talking about forfeiting or actually adding an 18th game, 18th week.
I don't know if they could do that because how it would affect every other team, and nobody knows what else is going to happen over there. Yeah. The one thing was, okay, you could forfeit, but the problem is none of the players will get paid. So if they forfeit this game, the Bills players don't get paid. I mean,
how fair is that?
You want their safety, but they should be paid. It's not their fault.
Absolutely. How is it their fault where they're following protocol and they're doing everything right and then get punished because another team are violating league rules? They're having open practices at colleges out in the open to where people are actually taking pictures of them violating, protocol. So how does, that kind of, it's not fair to the players, that are actually doing the right thing.
Exactly. I mean, as of yesterday, they have 11 players, 9 staff members, and 1 inconclusive. And then they added another one today.
Positive today, yes, sir.
Yeah, and then they were saying there's possible multiple protocol breaches. So if what
they got to get punished, man.
Yeah, they should, and like the other players shouldn't be punished because they're over there messing around and not doing what they're supposed to.
The league mandated, if that's punishment, huge fines. A couple coaches got fined for masks. So, they're not above the law. They need to get, reprimanded, whether it be a draft pick, whether it be fines, whatever it is, even forfeiture of the game. Now, if that was the case with the Bills, I already had people sending me emails like, hey, man, if you guys win the Super Bowl, there's always going to be that asterisk next to the Buffalo Bills that, there was a couple forfeiture games or this. And I was like, listen, we want to play all the games we can. Obviously, but it's not our fault. If the Bills are complying, the players are complying, the staff is complying with protocol, that's not our problem as far as I'm concerned.
No, it's not. And that's what I said before. If they have all these other people you're supposed to have a larger practice squad. That's why you have this practice squad. They should have reached in today, put all these people in quarantine, make sure they're not there. Now you have these players, you play the game. And then, like you said, which I saw afterwards, is like some of these players ended up going to, I don't know if it was a college or a high school, and had a private workout after the NFL told them not to quarantine yourself. And I think it was 12 or 15 players. They still went out and did it. So to hurt all the other guys for that, it's not right. I don't think it's right. But
what do you have any information on what they're going to do with the Pittsburgh game? Because they were supposed to play Pittsburgh.
As of right now, I'm not even sure. So we'll see. Quick thing also, undefeated teams. We still have 6 teams, and I told you we were going to lose one, and it was the Chicago Bears, and they lost. So I was on that. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 teams with no wins. The Falcons, the Jets, the Texans, and the Giants. So those 2, I guess I have to sip some more, man, before we get our guest on here. Hold on. All right. Woo, that's cool. So still remaining undefeated are the Bills, the Chiefs, the Steelers, the Titans, the Seahawks, and the Packers. I'll have to look at the matchups later and see who might actually lose. All right, last thing here, just a quick note. Lamar Jackson hasn't practiced the last 2 days because of a bum knee. They are saying he will play on Sunday. So let's see. Keep an eye out for that. Now, here we go. We had the Bills Stormtrooper come visit us one time. Now today, we're going to have another man. Hold on, where's this at? Boom! This gentleman is also known as Bills Mafia Mando. So we're gonna bring in this gentleman to join us, and we're gonna have all these Bills, stormtroopers, and so forth come pay us a visit.
Super
Let's
fans.
welcome.
Yeah, as you know, the show is by the fans for the fans. So every week or every other week, we're going to try to get you a super fan from the Buffalo Bills. We're working on some other guys to come on, super fans.
What,
But
what,
welcome, Mr. Mafia Mando.
Mando,
Viva los Bills! What's going
Bill
on,
Los
fellas?
Bills.
How you doing?
thanks for
Doing
joining us,
good, man. As
Mando.
you know, Mafia, we started the show kind of inspired by got the little Yoda, inspired by Pancho Villa. That's why we call it Viva Los Bills. So it's a show kind of, you know, we're not professional broadcasters. We're just fans of the Buffalo Bills, and we try to give our insight. We might not be right all the time, but we just love the game. We love the Bills, and we love to bring fans in here to just kind of like hang out and chill and see what how your experiences as a super fan is. So welcome aboard, welcome on the show. Glad to have you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
All right,
Yes, sir.
all right, Mando. I know we cracked one open, but now you're joining us. Do you have a beer close by? So
I
you,
do. I
all
always.
right. Oh, you got a straw.
I
Yours is
got the
already
I'm done.
open. You
Hey,
done?
Will, I'm done.
All right, here we go. Cheers.
Cheers.
Boom, boom.
4-0, baby.
4-0. Look at how Mando does it.
4-0.
That's right. You
And
guys didn't know
excuse
there's
me.
a little hole for the
But
straw.
Will,
The helmet.
hey, hey, thank you for coming on again. But we're gonna get right into it. What inspired you, and how did you become Mafia Mando?
It originally started off as a Halloween costume. All my friends know I'm big into Halloween. I love dressing up, and I really took a lot of time to do the costume. When the show came out, uh, Mandalorian, I was like, I got to do that. I got to do it. And I spent all winter doing it. And I came down to where I had to paint the costume. And I happened to be watching some old Bills clips. And there, lo and behold, was Bill's Vader, in all his glory in this, and I'm thinking to myself, man, I think I'm going to do that. I think I should paint that a whole Bills thing. So I did. I painted it, unbeknownst to my wife, had no clue. And I did the whole theme. All of a sudden, she comes home from work, and I've got the colors all laid down, and she's all like, that looks stupid. But then once I laid down the decals and everything like that, and I said, trust me, watch. And I threw it on Instagram. And that was it. The ball started rolling from there. I started getting messages from Vader, um, Bill Hatch. I mean, just
Stormtrooper.
oh yeah, everybody just started blowing up my phone, going, "Yay, we finally got a Mandalorian!" And I'm like, "Really?" It's just a Halloween costume. And one thing led to another. I'm setting up public figure pages and everything else, and now people I love it. It's just I never expected anything like this. People the kids just love it. They want autographs and photos, and I'm just
That's
gonna
awesome.
roll with it.
So
That's awesome.
quick.
Hey, man, if you got some good, you got some good there. But I know you are friends with Bill Hatch, Stormtrooper. He's been on the show. There's a couple other figures we want to get, like Bill's dad, and a couple other guys we're gonna get on the show. Like I said, this is a show from the fans for the fans. So we're glad to have you on. That's a great story, man. How did you enjoy this win, and what do you do? What do you plan on doing in the future when they actually let the fans get into the stadium?
Oh, getting into the stadium, I live down the street from the stadium, so if I can't
Oh,
get in,
sweet.
I'll hang around the stadium. I don't have to go to every game. Half the time, I'm just tailgating. But this was my year to show off the costume. But I just be happy to be in the parking lot if they'll let me, because it's Buffalo. That's what we do. We tailgate. I'm a
Yes, sir.
90. I'm a product of the Super Bowl era. I've been through all that.
Nice.
I've been through the 4 Super Bowl losses, the 17 years of we suck, and now to see it turn full circle to Buffalo, to see it starting again. I told my kid, I said, cherish these days, because this is what I grew up at, watching, and now it's your turn, and just cherish them. You're gonna love it, dude. And I'm excited for this season.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm excited too. And, I'm a fan. You're a fan from the 90s. I'm a fan from the 80s and the 90s also. And it kind of has that feel. I mean, even granted that nobody can go to the games, but it does feel like the 90s when we were on that winning streaks and we were just dominating offensively and stuff. I'm a little upset a little bit with the defense right now, but it does kind of have that feel from the 90s. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we're back on track. We're finally making noise. People are finally giving us respect. So I'm so excited for this season too. We've been talking about it 13 weeks prior to the season, that the Bills do look good on paper. As long as we execute, we're going to be okay. And Bean and McDermott have done a phenomenal job. And we'll see what happens, man. I mean, there's still plenty of football to play. There's teams that have started 4-0 and wind up 7-7. But I don't think that's the case with the Bills. I don't want to jinx it. That's why I told Will, every game we win in a row, we're going to have a beer. So hopefully, I mean, if we're 12-0, we're gonna. By the time the show, halfway through the show, we'll probably be blasted to do a show.
I'm working on it.
There you go.
So you're a fan from the early 90s also, pretty much like me. I'm late 80s, early 90s. So who's your favorite Bill growing while you were watching during that time?
Bruce Smith.
Bruce, there you go.
I don't have to say much. Bruce Smith. Kelly, I wasn't a big fan of Kelly early on.
Okay.
Most guys had no. Kelly was a jerk. He was.
Yeah, I've heard.
He wasn't.
He didn't even want to be in Buffalo.
No, he didn't want to be in Buffalo. But then now look at him; he's an icon, and I love Kelly. But to hear Josh is the complete opposite, but yet the same. Josh is just. I love Josh from the time he came out of the draft. People looked at me like, yeah, he's that diamond in the rough. I said, well, he just needs a little polishing, man. Trust me. Josh is going to become something you guys don't even know. And all the naysayers out there still don't want to eat that crow right now going, yeah, well, no, Josh is balling right now. Balling. So,
yes, sir.
And he's only going to get better and better. And the team, this coaching staff we have is phenomenal. Do you remember the early 90s? Remember before Kelly they all got big. Them first couple of years were rough.
Mm-hmm.
Kelly wasn't playing that well. That's why it's got the same feel. We didn't play that well. I think I remember saw an interview where Kelly's family said, well, yeah, this is the first team he's never did well, that first season. And then all of a sudden the following year we were on our way to playoffs and whatnot. But, you always got to start out rough. But I'm telling you, our team's coming in with its own. This division is ours. I feel it.
It feels good. It feels good, man, to be 4-0, and the Patriots, they're 2-2 now. If we could get 2 or 3 games ahead of them, man, if we get this AFC East, man, it's for the taking. But let's see how it goes because of COVID and what's going on and the injuries and everything. We got a couple injuries last week. I believe Levi Wallace got hurt and put on the IR. We're going to talk about that. But Josh Norman stepped up, like I told you, Will.
Big time.
Big time. And I was actually surprised the way he played. But it does feel like the 90s. And just like Jim Kelly, I told Will when we drafted Zach Moss, it kind of gave me that same feeling with Kelly because, to be honest with you, Moss didn't look too happy when he got called. When his name got called to go to the Buffalo Bills, I was like, and I told Will, I said, that reminded me of Jim Kelly back in the day. Like, a lot of these guys don't want to come to Buffalo until they come to Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? Once they're in Buffalo, then they love it. They love the fan base. I mean, shoot, we were voted #1 fan base. Who was it? To ESPN, was it? That voted us the #1 fan base?
Yeah.
So I mean,
New England.
The billboard. That's right. Boy, that's got to be some crow right there to eat when you going up in New England. You see a Buffalo Bills fan sign up there.
But the only bad thing is they have all those championships and we don't.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, you guys can have that one. Trade that for one of those championships or 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
that's like me busting my brother-in-law's chops about. He's a Mets fan. I'm a Yankees fan. So when they won the one in '86, I was like, well, we got 20-something. So I kind of rubbed that in his face. So it's kind of the equivalent to that. I see what you're saying. We got the billboard up there, but they're rubbing the championships in their face. But hopefully this year we take it from them. Hopefully this year, I'm excited. We're 4-0. Josh is MVP material, man. He's right up there with the likes of Russell, and a couple other guys that are up there for the running. He keeps it up. I mean, there's no telling how far Josh could go. Brett Favre.
Yeah,
I mean, not Brett Favre.
Brett Favre even gave him some props. Brett
yes,
Favre
sir.
gave him some props this week. He was saying, he's like, you watch, he's going to be the next. I won't say he's going to be the next Tom Brady, but I know what he meant.
He means that he's going to dominate that. We'll kind of translate it for him and say he's going to dominate the AFC. We're not even going to say Tom Brady's name. What he meant to say is Josh Allen's going to dominate the AFC East.
Brett Favre has been he's liked Allen since last year. He's always said he could see this kid progressing, and he's putting in the work. So I've seen that, which is cool to hear one of these old guys or older guys, gunslingers, saying, hey, this kid's got what it takes, So that's good for him. Mafia Mando, what else do you have going on? Like, are there any events or things like that?
No, nothing in the plans yet. I'm still trying to stay, COVID free and do the right thing, but it's hard on the weekends because you want to go out and watch games and just, you're kind of restricted to what I can do right now. So
it's true.
But, I think I follow Bill Hatch and Bill's dad. They are having some sort of get together this weekend for the game, but that's probably going to be put on the back burner too because of the situation with the Bills game. You said you were going to attend also over there also, right?
Yeah, I was 2 days ago. I said, oh, absolutely. I can be there in a little over an hour. I'm there because I personally have never met any of them guys. So other than like online, so they actually hang out and watch some games with them. I was all excited, and then this happens. So I really don't know if they're still going to go this Sunday, and I might go. If they're still all going to go, and we're just going to watch some football, even though it's not the Bills, I think I'll probably go, and we'll make fun of it anyways,
Where's it going to be, just in case if something pans out? Where's it that you guys were going to go meet up at? So maybe some of the fans can go and meet you guys.
Oh, that's worse. Let's bring it. Too many people, Vinny. Too many people, Vinny.
I'll have to get
6 foot outside in the parking lot, baby.
I know it's a bar in Rochester. I totally forgot the name of the bar, but I will post it. I will put it out there. I know it's posted, but it's just outside of Henrietta, and I looking forward to it. I'm probably going to go anyways, just for the hell of it, just to get out of the house.
Are you guys all going to show up in the gear?
Absolutely.
Yeah, there you go.
Absolutely.
You have to post
we got to represent.
Post some of those pictures on there.
We got to represent.
Yeah,
absolutely. Anything you want to plug, Mr. Mando?
No, I'm good. Thank you very much for having me on. It's a pleasure. Thank you, man. The attention, and you guys are awesome. I'll be watching you regularly. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome.
We'll be having you on again, man. Once we keep winning, we'll have you on again, brother.
Awesome. I look forward to it.
And then we got to work it out so we can have the Bill Stormtrooper, Bill Mafia Mando, and then if we could get Vader, Bill Vader too.
Just so you know,
at the same time, it'll be a great show.
Just so you know, there's also a Bill's Leia. There's now a Bill's Chewie.
What?
Sweet.
I will send you links. There's a Bill's Chewie.
Send me the links. We will definitely have them on. We'll definitely anything Bill. Hey Mando, anything Bills related, send it to us. We'll have them on, man. We're all one big family, Mafia family. You know what I mean? Bills. Bill, man, you can see somebody. I'm in Florida. And I've ran into people. I got a little Bills thing on my. I got a Nissan Titan, a big truck, diesel, and I got a Bills logo on the back of it. And I get the horn beeped at me all the time. Look, and they're like, "Go Bills!" And that seems to be the, wherever you see a Bills fan, that's the thing to say. Go Bills, go Bills. And we, like I said, me and Will made this show, kind of remembrance of Pancho Villa. That's why we call it Viva Los Bills. And we just love to have fans on. We like I said, we're fans for the fans. Just excited to be a Bills fan and excited where the Bills are going this year. We appreciate you coming, man. We're looking forward to having you on again.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure, guys.
Thank you, sir. Have a good one.
Thanks, brother.
Go Buffalo.
Go Bills.
Yeah.
Viva Los Bills. That's right.
All right.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
John, thank you, sir, for joining us. That was great. It was pretty cool. Always nice to have super fans on and so forth. And
Absolutely.
I didn't even know it was his first year. I thought he was there before. So now look at that. Joining
he
the
just
brand.
blowed up, man. I seen him on Instagram. I seen him on Facebook. It's just all the followers. I seen him in a couple places that he's been taking pictures with fans and stuff. And I can't wait till the games go so he could go out there and represent. That's awesome.
We should ask like Twitter, but if you see him on Twitter, there he is again. Bam! Sign him up, follow him, and it's pretty cool, man. You know, maybe I would have been like paint myself green and be like a little Yoda.
There you go.
Yeah, throw on the gear and stuff. But again,
yes, sir.
Thanks for Bill. For Bill's Mafia Mando for joining us. Thank you, sir. All right, let's move on a little. You know what? Let's talk about last week's game. We both picked the Bills. We both won with that one again. Man, I feel a little red, man. A little red here.
Whew.
All right, let's keep going. All right. Last week they played the Las Vegas Raiders, went into over there and did a pretty damn good job. Nice opening drive for the deep ball pass to Davis. You know, Davis is putting in some work. You know, he's looking good. The kid is looking good. This guy's going to be dangerous, especially keeps learning. You know, it's nasty, man. You go 4 wide receivers.
Everybody been talking about since camp, man.
Yeah, the guy's looking good out there. One thing I saw, which I liked, they did go with the 3 linebacker set a few times.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it didn't last long out there. Klein,
man.
But Klein looked a little out of it, and you can't blame him. The guy's getting thrown in maybe for 1, 2, 3 plays, and then he's trying to play catch up. Like they had him sticking. I think was it a wide receiver or something?
I got a couple of texts talking about what's up with your boy AJ Klein. I was like, man, I don't know. He did seem like out of place a little bit out there when he was out there.
I did notice like the Bills lately have been giving up the drag route, and you saw it against Miami. You saw it again against Las Vegas. Their teams are doing a lot of these cross patterns and doing drag routes, so the guys end up being behind. Mm-hmm. So that didn't look good. The one touchdown catch by Cole Beasley was insane.
Insane, man.
That ball was crazy. You know,
head over heels, man. That was an awesome catch.
He just rolled the wave, and luckily he fell right into the end zone.
Yeah.
You know, then he missed a few plays after that with his foot or something, but he came back. Mm-hmm. Guy's a beast, man. He is a little beast. Your boy Norman, Josh, came in because Levi, that was a little weird step he had. Like he tried to go back against it, and I guess his momentum caused a sprained ankle, I think it was.
By the way, I think he was placed on the IR today.
Yes, he was. That was some of my other notes. Where was it? Here. We'll take care of that real quick. Bills placed Levi Wallace on the IR with a high ankle injury. Also, Cam Lewis cut, brought back. Now he's getting promoted.
Practice squad back up, yep.
Yep, he's back in and signed to the practice squad, which came in a little later. Earlier was Antonio Williams, the running back rookie. He's back on the practice squad, man. Yeah. It's like what? Up and down, up and down.
Yeah.
That's what I said, man. With this season, you just keep at it. You get cut, keep putting in the work, because if they like you, they're going to bring you
coming right back.
Yep. You know, so he's back. Josh Allen, when he fell on his shoulder, I pretty much saw it. I was like, it looks like a stinger. I mean, you remember what they used to call stingers?
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, I knew right away it was his left arm. I was like, suck it. I was so in the moment. I was like, suck it up, Buttercup. It ain't your throwing arm. If it would have been his throwing arm, then I would have been like in tears. But once we saw, that was that little left hand pass. I mean, he threw that ball left handed and fell awkward a little bit. But you never want to see your quarterback get hurt.
But the same as you, I saw him. It was his left shoulder. I was like, all right, it's his left shoulder. So he still could throw. It all depends on how that little jerk motion when you're taking the snap. But luckily he came back, finished the game, which was good.
He actually didn't miss any of the snaps of the game.
No, because they went into halftime. Yeah.
He actually took a knee before half, didn't he?
Huh?
He came out and I think they took a knee before half.
He took the knee. That's all he did.
Yeah.
He grabbed the ball, took the knee.
Yep.
Your boy Norman came in for Levi. I'll tell you now, though, he got toasted. And that was that touchdown pass they threw. He was
Yeah.
toasted bad.
Yeah.
Luckily, the tight end was illegal formation. He didn't check in. He
Hmm.
had to back up or forward on the line. Luckily for that, but Josh got burnt.
He
I was
did.
like, "Oh no, who
He
the hell
did.
is
But he
that?"
made up for it.
Like, it's
He
Josh.
made up for it.
No, he
I got to
did.
give him props because he did make up for it. He forced the fumble, and it was just beautiful the way he went. Beautiful form tackling at the same time he punched for the ball. And not only did he force the fumble, he recovered it. And
Yeah,
so, he said later on in the interview, they interviewed him. He said, Coach McDermott said somebody's going to have to make a play. So he said to himself, I'm going to make a play. And he sure did. I mean, he came in, stepped up. And to be honest with you, Levi Wallace is hurt. He's put on the IR. But after the play, even though he got burned on that one play, I think it was his job anyway. I think he was going to take the job over anyway. Me and you have talked about it several weeks about it. I think he was going to take the job over, especially after the play.
but we won't know.
Coming in
We
there,
won't know now, right?
we won't know. Yeah, that's speculation right now. What's up, Harry? How you doing, man?
What's up, Harry? Harry's actually one of my buddies, one of my best friends
V-
from early in
Viva
high
La
school.
Willie.
Yeah, there's his little two kids there. Yeah, no. Luckily, he came in and started playing well. He did what Aaron Donald did to Allen last week. Forced the
Yep.
fumble and recovered the ball, which was great. Can't hate on him. He actually came in. He looked a little iffy at first, but then he picked it up where he was supposed to be, man. He had that attitude. He had that swag ready back up at him. Let's see what else I had here. One thing, Singletary. Singletary was making crazy little step moves, which would create 5, 6, 7 more yards downfield. The guy was looking nasty. You
He's
could
coming
tell
up.
he knows, like Moss was breathing down his neck, and trying to take that spot.
He put in work. He put in work.
At work, and he's like, no, this is my spot. Even if, like I said, I could see them going 50-50 when Moss is back, because Moss was looking good too. But Singletary's like, He had some nice catches. He had some nice runs. He's like, this is my
He had
spot.
a couple drops too. He got a drop or two, I believe, in that game.
I don't remember him
I think he
really
had
maybe once.
I think it was a one drop that he had. Yeah,
I don't think he
but
had
I mean,
but he had some nice over-the-shoulder catches and stuff. He looked good.
he got good hands, man. I like his hands.
Yeah. Oh man, what's going on? Here we are. What's up with this? There we go. Anyway, he was making people miss, which was looking really nice. One thing they're doing too much of, I think, it's driving me crazy too. It's the fake sweep, either to your boy McKenzie or what's the other guy, not Taylor, Jones or whatever. Every time fake sweep. I get it because you know what, you're going to keep faking it. You're going to keep faking it, and eventually you're going to hit somebody. But Allen needs to remember. Yeah, Allen needs to remember. All right, sometimes look back to the right and dump it off. There was plenty of times he's looking downfield, nothing, and the fake sweep, the guy's right in the flat. He needs to hit him.
Check down. Yeah, a little bit of check down.
Again, he loves waiting for 10 yards all the time, man. Takes the 5, take the 3, work down a little bit. Crazy play by Josh to Diggs, but he got banged up on that one. Which play was that? Diggs got rocked, I think, or no, Josh got rocked, I think, but he held on and threw the ball to Diggs, which was nice.
Great catch. And what do you think about the John, the Brown reception right at the goal line? I thought it was a touchdown.
I thought it should have been a touchdown because he was on the line. It bobbled a little, but he was still on the goal line when it happened. But then
I thought it broke the plane with possession. So I mean,
it was a little iffy because you know what it was? Yeah. He readjusted. And when he readjusted it, they considered it he didn't have control. Even though like the main ref over there in New York was like, I think that was a touchdown. But whatever. At least
hell of a catch either way.
Yeah.
Hell of a catch either way.
Very nice. Frazier drives me crazy. That's just my halftime notes. Frazier, sometimes doesn't make sense to me because you're going to go 3 wide, 3 linebackers, but then you get rid of them and now you're playing nickel again. I get the nickel. It depends on your matchup. But, man, the three linebackers, man. You got to have these guys in there. And Klein, like I said, you have him in there for one or two plays, they're going to exploit him. He's not on the field.
Tremaine and Edmonds kind of struggled. If you really watch him this game, he kind of struggled this game.
He was a little off.
He was a little something was going on. Yeah.
Another thing is, what drives me, not just the Bills, a lot of the people do this. When you're blitzing, they run right into the blocker. Like, what the hell are you doing just running right into the blocker? Many times you see the Bills, either their corners or the linebackers blitzing, and they're just running straight into the blocker. Try to run around or something. Don't run right into it. You're just making it easier for them, and you're wasting the blitz. You know, there was the one. I mean, our rush was kind of weak, but I remember what you blitzed. I think it was down in the goal line, and they scored on the touchdown. It was like you blitzed, the guy was wide open. They just tossed him.
Over, yeah.
It drove me a little crazy.
Yeah, the pass rush was a little bit, between the first half and beginning of third quarter, like mid-third quarter, it was kind of non-existent, man. I was a little worried. It's like, man, where's the pass rush? Yeah. I don't know. It's just been every single game you watch the Bills. They're like lighted up on fire first quarter. Second quarter, they're good. All of a sudden, third quarter is like, I don't know what happens with the defense. I don't know what happens with the offense. And then the fourth quarter, they light it up again. I mean, when we come against, Chiefs or the Patriots or one of those better teams, we got to be consistent all four quarters. That they got to get rid of those blues. It's just like what happened in the playoff game last year. We were up 16-0. Next thing you know, we lose the game. We have to be consistent all four quarters. They got to play. That's what, they're still called the cardiac kids because, man, I'm like chilling, and all of a sudden third quarter, I'm like, hold up. Me and you text during the game all the time. It's like, man, I can see the momentum shift. I can see what's going on. Hopefully, Daboll call a little bit more aggressively. What's going on with the defense. I know every single fan is agreeing with me because we all sit there and watch like, what the heck is going on? They need to, I know McDermott and his coaching staff, they do adapt and they do adjust after halftime. But, man, they need to come, when they got a team down, they need to just put their foot on their neck and just make it over with.
I will say this about this week. When they started the second half, they went back to the 4-3 for a few plays. They didn't look too good and they didn't look too bad. It was okay. Klein, I think they tried to attack Klein right away again.
Right away.
I think he made the tackle or whatever. But they finally had a big stop and caused the Raiders to punt. It was like they weren't punting. So that actually helped us, and the Bills were able to get the lead, even, a bigger lead at that point. So it was good. I can't hate on them for that. But you need to start working in this other linebacker. You got to go 3 linebackers sometimes, especially with the run, and they're running all over us. I get it. Like you bring in the other corner because it's more of a passing league. But if you're playing a team that likes to run, the Raiders like to run a 4-3. The Rams against us, they were running all over, and we're still playing nickel.
Yeah.
You got to be able, especially luckily, I mean, Milano got banged up this game again, but Milano's quick. Milano could stick most of the linebacker.
What's the status on him?
And I think
the status of him? I know he's out for a couple weeks, I think, right? With a pec or something.
Really? I didn't see that. I'll check. I mean, I have the injury report. We'll throw it up there a little later. But, I mean, that's a guy who could stick pretty much every running back and a few of the wide receivers out in the league. Tight ends.
And we were fortunate that 2 of the running backs didn't even play for the Raiders. So if they would have had all their 3 combo running back, we would have probably been in trouble.
Well, their main guy, Jacobs, played. But, listen, they were down their 2 starting rookie wide receivers. Aguilar, he stepped up and played well. I've always liked that guy. He just got, Philly didn't want him. He didn't play all that well last year. But I always thought this guy, he's pretty good, and he showed it. He was the main guy against us.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they got the win, which after everything is said and done, they got the win. And I did notice, like last week, the second half, they kept going. They didn't stop. They stopped them, I believe. They didn't allow a point at the half, which was good. And then in the second half, they kept going for scorings. They kept going.
Number 3?
Oh, man. Yeah, I got it here. I got it.
I gotta remind you, man.
Man, I'm turning red here, man. My body's turning red.
I know. By the time hey, by the time we get to our picks, I want to laugh at your picks because you'll be on your fourth beer. I'm gonna be like, really?
Are you crazy, boy? By the way, one of my parlays hit last week again, so I'm
nice.
Got 2 parlays back to back. Anyway, they look good. They didn't let go. They kept playing. Another thing, like Allen did in the fourth quarter again, he forced some dumb crap. He needs to stop doing that. When he banged up his shoulder in that second in the first half, he didn't need to do all that. Just throw the ball away sometimes. You don't have to make a play every down. You're going to get hurt. And just throw the ball. Just throw it away if you have to. It was crazy.
He's a baller, though, man. I love it. I love his heart. I love what he tries to do. But you're right, man. If it's you got to learn to throw the ball away and live another day, because that could have cost him, and we didn't really gain anything with that play.
Look, I mean, it's saying that Diggs brought that ball down and still tried to do something with it. It just shows like he doesn't quit, and the rest of the players are like, we're not going to quit. This guy don't quit. Why are we going to,
Did you see Diggs when he caught the ball, how he stretched out to try to get the first down? I mean, everybody just feeds off him, and just like, everybody, all the offensive players feed off of Josh Allen's, guts and how he tries to make plays. All the receivers and all, just like we got Diggs, and he's such a playmaker that everybody around him just gets better. That's what's awesome about, a lot of people say, oh, you gave too much up for Diggs. To me, even in this first 4 games, is worth every single penny, every single pick that he's everything that we expected him to be.
Yeah. You know what I found I didn't even notice until this week was that Quentin Spann hasn't really been playing much. Mm-hmm. I didn't know he was sitting. You give the guy the deal, now why? You're telling me Winters has outplayed this guy?
Winters, I think, got injured, though. I think Winters got injured.
He got banged up, too, and that's why Spann came in. So I was like, all right. Yeah, that threw me off.
To me personally, I think that was an upgrade, Spann coming back up. I mean, the coaches obviously see something better from Winters.
I don't know. That's what surprised me is because Spann was there all last year. He played great. I thought he played great. And
Winters hasn't impressed me at all. Last game, he had 2 penalties, 2 costly penalties last game. Yeah. This game, I mean, he got injured and Spann came in. I mean, the coaches know more than we do. We're just fans. We see what we see the names. We see how they played previously. I was impressed with Winters before the season, with all the pulling the trucks and his strength. But, in camp, I saw how AJ Epinesa manhandled him a couple plays, literally manhandled him. And AJ Epinesa is still a kid. He still hasn't even grown into his body. So, a couple of, I think your friend that was that came on before the Jets game actually wished us good luck with Winters. He said, well, good luck, so.
Well, the thing with him, which I was going to say, was that pretty much he's like, well, you guys got Winters. He's good for at least 2 holding penalties a game.
He was right.
The first time he played, he ended up getting I think it was an illegal block and a holding.
Yeah.
So, I guess he was on point there. I don't know. Maybe Spann didn't come into camp like he should have, but the guy's a big boy. He played all last year. You expect him to be there. I like Williams from Carolina to come in and fill in. And they pretty much said, that's it. Cordy Ford's going to be at guard, and that's it. They like him there. He's going to play there, and he's playing well there. Guy's a beast. Can't complain about these guys.
No. We could always use Ford elsewhere. That's what's good about Cody also. So
yeah, because Cody's he's an offensive tackle. So, it's easier to play guard, unless you're not used to pulling, than playing tackle outside on your own. You have some help at guard with the center there, the tackle's to your left, so it's easier somewhat. Well, you would think it's easier to play.
Shout out to Harrison Phillips, too. He got the start, too. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah, no, good for him. Told you, man, you need some of these meat and bone guys to be plugging these holes, dude.
Yep.
But the one thing they are doing, which is good, which I like, is that they're rotating a lot and trying to keep these guys fresh.
Yeah.
But you need to start stopping this run game a little, and a lot of these drag routes are driving me crazy. It's like they're not really playing man to man, or if they are, they're dropping back too much. And when you got talented guys like freaking Trey and now Norman coming in, you shouldn't be playing so far off. You just should be
Playing them
dropping,
soft, yeah.
quick hooks, quick slants. Those things are going to eat you up. And with a veteran quarterback, they will take
that zone coverage. I noticed drives you crazy. I know every time we talk, you're like they're in that damn zone again.
But they did play man, and they played a little softer in the middle. So I was watching. They were playing man this week, but still, just I hate that much cushion. I mean, like I just played in high school, whatever. But what I would do if I had a matchup and they say, listen, you're playing against this kid Vinny. Vinny's fast. He's their best wide receiver. All right, I'll start off. I'll give you those 10 yards at first. Get a few plays. I'm like, all right, I might drop down. If I know I can stick you, I'll drop down to 8 yards. All right, let's see if I can do 8 yards. All right, yeah, good. I'll drop down to 6, and I'll start cutting down. So I'll respect you at first. But once I know if I could cover you, no respect. Or I would respect you, but I know where I could play. So you're telling me a Trey White, if I'm playing against whoever it is, I don't know, give me a receiver. Say Roddy White, not Roddy White, that's going old school, damn it. Julio Jones. If I know Julio Jones, do I need to give him those 10 yards? Or do I know I could give him 6? Or, 5 if I have to. Just say 5. At least now you're not going to get a quick slant. Or you could try to, but I'm going to be on you right away. At 10 yards, you could give that quick slant. Now I'm getting ready 5, 6 yards. Or you could do a hook. By the time I give him my 10 yards, I'm going to drop back. He's going to get the first down or 8 yards. So you want to adjust, with these good guys.
It does depend on the defensive call, too. Leslie Frazier probably doesn't want him. He's probably telling him, hey, give him the 3-yard cushion, take the outside away from him, give him inside. You don't know what the coaching staff is telling these guys to do. We could speculate all we want on how we see the game, but, ultimately it comes down to Leslie Frazier and how he's calling those corners and whatever, on how they got to react to these wide receivers.
Yeah. Well, this is my buddy Marco over here screaming out Jerry Jeudy over here for the Denver Broncos. I think this game didn't get postponed to or pushed. I mean, I got to look it up. I know something was going on. Or actually, no, this game was even, I think, line-wise or something. I had something. See what happens when you act like
hey, that third beer is catching up to you. I can see, Will. You're starting to sweat and turn red. You're starting to sweat and turn red, bro.
I don't know why I agreed to this. Anyway, quick news here. Also, power rankings, because we talk about this power rankings before we start talking about the possible game now on Tuesday night. CBS power rankings that we started off, they're still ranked 4th. What's that, 3? Your beer?
I thought we were 3rd.
Yeah, me too. ESPN. No, not 3rd. CBS has us at 4, 2 weeks in a row. And ESPN has us at 5, 2 weeks in a row. Now, talking about this game this week, Tennessee Titans. I believe we've beaten the last 2 times we played them. But again, it's kind of messed up because we don't even know if we're going to play. We're scheduled to play on Tuesday, but I guess if somebody shows up positive next week or the week after, tomorrow or the next day, there might not be no game. And then the Bills might not be getting paid. So kind of stinks. There you go. See, the game got pushed to Monday night. That's what it was. There you go.
I thought it was Tuesday night.
No, our game is on Tuesday. He's talking about Pitt. Denver.
Okay. I got you.
Yeah. So, that got pushed to Monday. I thought so. Anyways, the Titans. We know the Titans. Listen, I like Tannehill. People always gave me crap saying the guy was a bad quarterback. I actually like him. If the guy has weapons, he could put up numbers. He put up numbers when Miami had Clay, who ended up coming to us, and I believe Tyrod Taylor killed that poor guy's career. Charles Clay was a beast, and then they had, I think it was Landry still. Was it Landry or Parker? He had weapons. And then eventually they started getting rid of their weapons, and his numbers went down. Same thing happened with Fitz. When Fitz was with us, and he had Stevie Johnson, and I think it was Lee Evans still, and Chandler, he was putting up numbers. Then you trade away Lee Evans, and then there it goes. His numbers start going down.
Last year when we beat the Titans, I think I got a lot of flack because Ryan Tannehill wasn't playing.
No.
The game we played him. Who was it? Mariota? Was it Marcus Mariota that we played?
Yeah.
That's when we beat him. I think the week after that was Ryan Tannehill stepped in. If memory serves me right. So I got a lot of flack like, Ryan Tannehill wasn't playing because, as you recall, after that loss, they started winning, and they actually did really well towards the end of the season. They actually did really well.
Yeah. No, I like him. Listen, if he needs to, and Tennessee, everybody's like, oh, they just have Henry. I'm like, no, Tennessee's receivers are pretty good, and their defense is still pretty good. They have a very good team, and you can't mess with them. They're like that old school team. They're going to try to run the
Ryan
ball.
Tannehill is he's not gonna sling it and win the game for you, but he ain't gonna lose the game for you. He's one of them kind of guys that won't lose the game for you.
He can, though. Towards the end of last year, everybody's like, Henry. Yeah, Henry was going off, but there was 1 or 2 games that Henry got kind of shut down, and Tannehill threw for over 200 and 300 yards both those games, but people don't give him any credit. It's like, all right, but that's why Tennessee gave him that nice, pretty deal he got, because they saw what the guy could do.
He could do. By the way, shout out to Josh Allen, man. He had 288 yards. I was so rooting for him to get the 4th consecutive 300-yard plus game, man. I was just throw the ball, get 12 more yards. But shout out to Josh, man. Josh is having a heck of a year too, man. I'm so excited for the kid.
Like I said, he probably would have gotten it if he would have taken some of those little quick swing passes instead of holding on to the ball too long. He killed us. That was a bad play by him, holding the ball and taking the sack, which took us out.
14 yards back.
Yeah. We say, okay, second half they were up by, 14, I believe. But then you allow them to score that touchdown. And now here they go. You get an onside kick. Yeah. Luckily, we recovered the onside kick, which was a little iffy because it was on the side of the guy's ball.
Yeah.
Luckily, he reached over and got it. But if not, what happens? They get the ball.
They get the ball back.
They could freaking tie
Let me ask you a question. I'm going to ask you a question because we didn't even touch on it the past game that we had against the Raiders. What's your opinion on Tyler Bass, even missing an extra point? I mean, that could have been costly also. What do you think is going on with Tyler Bass, and how do you think he's going to improve, or you think they're looking for kickers? You think what's on your mind? Me personally, I don't even know. To be honest with you, because he's starting to miss like chip shots. I mean, he's missing extra points now, so it's kind of got me a little bit nervous.
You have veterans who are missing chip shots. It was funny. I looked at it, and it looked like the laces were out. So I was like, oh boy.
I don't think it was his fault. I was going to say that. I don't think it was his fault.
No. Well, it was. It looked like laces were out. Were they? I'm not sure 100%, so I can't say. He needs to. I loved when they moved the extra point back because it makes it a little harder.
Before
it was so simple. So I'm glad now it shows that, hey, you can miss the extra point.
It's not that easy. Yeah.
It's not as automatic as it used to be. So I like that part. He's a rookie. Okay, you're going to give him some leeway. Luckily, like if we would have lost that game by a point, then you'd be like, dude, come on. Josh Allen, I wanted to see because I was like, all right, this is going to be a nice field goal for this guy to try to attempt. But he didn't even get that shot because Josh took that stupid sack trying to hold on to the ball when there was nothing there. Nobody was open. Throw that thing away. Throw it in the range of a receiver on the sideline, but throw it away. Be smart. We would have gotten to see if he would have made it. The kicks before that, his extra points look good. They were on point or whatever. Yeah. So it's growing pains. We're not losing games yet because of him. So let him.
Yeah, but it's an area of concern because that, the game started to get a little bit kind of tighter, it was 17-16 at one point, and then, he misses the extra point. It's kind of like, that could come back to bite us because have we scored with the extra point, it would have put an 8-point advantage, so worst come to worst, the Raiders would have came down last drive, would have had to have gotten a 2-point conversion rather than tie.
But still, my thing is, don't put yourself in that position. Yeah, the Raiders drove nicely and scored. We played a little soft. Again, even though it's towards the end of the game, which drives me crazy. I hate that. Beat me while I'm playing my defense. Yeah. You beat me playing hard defense, then you beat me. If I shut you down or I played you well for 3 quarters, I'm not going to ease up on you on the 4th quarter. That's why you have to have that mentality like, no, you're not going to come in here and we're not going to let you score. You're going to have to earn it. We're not going to play soft. They did drive on us and got down there. It was ridiculous. But I don't want to put myself in that position. I don't want to be there in the 4th quarter and be like, oh, shit, Oops, I said shit. If I'm not going to put my position that if they get this onside kick, they're going to be able to tie this game, or if they get this onside kick, they're going to beat us. Like Dallas, Cleveland. Are you serious with that? Cleveland allowing Dallas to come back like that? If they didn't make that bonehead play, I forgot he forced a thing and caused an interception. They would have had a chance to score and like win this game. How do you allow that? Insane. Anyway, hopefully we'll have a game against Tennessee. These two teams, when they play tough. The one concern I have is if, first of all, it's like a bye week, so you know they're all healthy. Well, they're not healthy because they have COVID, but
they had more time to prepare because the Pittsburgh game was pushed back, so I had more time to prepare for us.
Yeah,
that's one thing I was kind of pissed off about too.
Yeah, even crazy like Henry. Henry's a monster. The guy's a linebacker playing running back. Now, if we're having problems with the run against these other squads, just imagine against Tennessee. You know, you're definitely going to have to go through linebackers.
Yeah.
Or you're going to
Henry's no joke. Listen, I live down here in the Daytona Beach area. Mm-hmm. He went to Yulee High School, was about 60 miles north. I seen him play a couple games, and that he was a man already amongst kids. Yeah. I mean, you got to see. I don't know if you ever seen his highlight reel in high school. No. This dude is he's nasty. I mean, he was running over. It looked like me running against fifth graders. That's what it looked like in high school. So, you know, I mean, you can see it now in the NFL how he is. He's just a doggone beast. He's just a train.
Now the guy's like, excuse me, you look at him and be like, damn, that's a linebacker.
Yeah, with speed. Speed and knows how to run the rock. So when we played him, we got to definitely get pressure. I wasn't too impressed with our pressure on the quarterback. By the way, are you almost finished? Because I'm almost done with my third one.
I'm trying to get done here.
That's it.
I just asked Bobby for the time because our time's coming up, so we're gonna have to start doing these picks.
All right, let's do the picks, man. Let's do the picks because we got a couple.
Anyway, yeah, they need to slow down this run, and then you can't sleep on Tannehill because Tannehill used to play the Bills well, also. So you know, I know it's a different squad, different coach, and so forth. So you can't sleep on that guy. I actually like him. He's a pretty damn good quarterback. All right, let's get into our picks. Last week, what did I say? I went 9-6 and a push, I believe. Let me look at my notes. Last week, I went 9-5-1 because of the push. And
but you got parlay though.
And Tennessee being postponed. One of my parlays hit, which was Green Bay, Buffalo, and Seattle. My other one crapped the bed because I had Houston, Tampa, and Dallas.
Yeah. I want to go in. What's your overall? You know your overall?
Now I gotta go back to my. Oh, come on.
That's all right. Listen, I went 10-5 last week, straight up 10-5. So overall, I'm 45-17-1. So it ain't too shabby. And I'd like to do a little bit better, but
my overall with the lines are 35, 26, and 2 pushes. So, all right, here we go. Let's start this. Bobby ain't answering me. He's probably over there chilling. Tonight's game, Tampa, Chicago. Tampa's -3. I actually like Tampa minus the 3. Oh, look at that. I put it on one of my parlays like a big dum-dum. I forgot they were playing tonight. I got to take this parlay and fix it. But anyway, I like Tampa -3 going into Chicago and smacking them up. Bobby said we got some time. Don't be taking too late. What happened to you? Come on, Vinny. It's only 3 beers, Vinny. You're trying.
I know, man. I got lost in my notes. You're killing me now. Yeah, I thought you were gonna take a little bit.
Know your notes.
Give me a second. All right, I got you. Hey, the way Tampa came back last week was incredible. I know there's a couple injuries. Godwin hurt his hamstring or something like that. Hurt his leg, some sort. Chicago's 3-1 still, but I don't think they got enough. I think I got the Bucks, man. The Bucks 28-21.
Evans banged up. I didn't know about Godwin, but yeah, I think Tom Brady's just a beast. The guy's a monster. You just can't count him out. I thought they were done that game, but it seems like that's a thing. You're never out of a game. You're just always.
As much as you want to hate on the guy, you can't because he just balls, man. He just plays.
I've never hated Tom Brady. I've always said from day one, once he won that one Super Bowl and then went to the second one, I think it was the first one was with Corey Dillon or the second. I was like, this team needs a running back. If they get a running back, they're going to win. They got Corey Dillon, they won. And I always told my brother uh, that Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time. And he's like, no, it's the system. I'm like, I don't think so. I think Tom Brady, the guy won with no name receivers. And eventually he did get some receivers. When he had a true number one,
Oh, he was
look what he
nasty.
did with Moss. And Moss was old at that point. Thanks. Thanks, Clark. Thank you, sir. When he had a true number one, the guy went undefeated and then lost to, sad to say, the Bobby's Giants. Made me question if the stuff is fixed or not. But anyway.
Well, it was that catch, man. It was the catch. So.
The catch, yeah. Insane. And Harrison whacked the hell out of him, and he still held on to that ball. Anyway, we both like Tampa. Let's move on. Okay, Carolina heading into Atlanta. Atlanta is actually giving up minus 2 points. What? I-95. Somebody put Steelers. What? Anyway, we'll get to that eventually. We're not there yet. Right now, we're talking Carolina, Atlanta. I actually like Atlanta, even though I was questioning this. I think Julio Jones might play this game. So if Julio plays and you got Calvin Ridley, I think it's going to be a problem for Carolina. But I'm taking Carolina minus 2. What do you think?
I got Carolina also, but I mean they've been playing well, lately. Who they beat? They beat the Chargers and the Cardinals. I mean, two decent teams, so they're kind of on a roll. Atlanta, I just don't see it. So I got the Panthers, man, 17-14 in a close one.
What? Wow. All right. That's a good one. Now we got the Las Vegas Raiders. It's always weird to say Las Vegas Raiders, but the Las Vegas Raiders going into Kansas City. Kansas City's minus 12.5. It's a pretty steep spread here. I mean, part of me, I think I'm going to go with Kansas City with the 12.5. And I don't know if I like it, but
I take it.
Raiders are banged up, man. Raiders are banged up. If they don't get these guys back, I could see Kansas City going crazy on them. So, what do you think?
I agree with you. I think it's going to be a blowout. I think Kansas City's going to whoop them. It's pretty bad, man. It's going to be a bad game. I think I got 31-14.
It's pretty bad. I could tell you're not even on your fourth. Hold on, you got to open your fourth. Come on.
Oh shoot!
You're struggling. Come on, man.
I am struggling. I got to get back to par. Hold on. Let me finish this one. Let me finish the third one. Hold on.
Oh man, they're gonna have to wait a while. All right, here we go.
Ooh. Here's the fourth already.
This guy's from Florida. He's wearing a freaking Scully right now.
I got 4 beers in the AC. I got the AC cranking.
Moving on. Arizona to the New York Jets. No, not Jets. Arizona is actually minus 7.
You talking about me?
I gotta push the hate away. Come on. All right. Arizona minus 7 to the Jets. I still like Arizona over the Jets. The Jets are just rough, dude. It's kind of stinky. Here's the man, Kenny Kirkpatrick. Hey, fellas, stopping by to say hi. What's up, Kenny? From the K&K Show. Kenny? How you doing, bro? We're on our picks now, so you might laugh at this. You might not. Let's see. All right. All right. Arizona. I like Arizona giving 7. They should cover 7 to the Jets. This Jet team, I think, just giving up on this squad. What do you think?
I don't know, man. I won't take the 7 if I were you, man, because the Jets are gonna have Joe Flacco is gonna start now. I guess they got the 2 starter receivers back from injury, so I don't know. I think it's gonna be a closer game. I wouldn't give the 7. I got Cardinals winning, but I got them winning 24-21. I got it in a kind of tight game. If the Jets don't pull it off, to be honest with you, Joe Flacco's got something to prove. You know what I mean? He's coming back, taking that starting job because of injury. He probably wants to stay there, so he probably be slinging the ball.
I believe Kenny's talking about the Kansas City in a blowout here. I don't think he's talking about your Arizona Jets thing, but
oh, okay.
I've always liked Flacco, but I don't think they have enough. Their defense is pretty good if they want to play, but if they don't want to play, it might be a long day for them.
So you think the Jets gave up on Adam Gase?
I think so. I think if the Jets lose this week, and if it's
He's
by
done.
a big spread, there's no reason for them not to fire him. I would just say, hey, you know what, Greg Williams, this is your audition. If you can make this team compatible and win some games, the job's yours next year.
Is that a word? Compatible?
Compatible. Yeah, right? Wait.
That's your fourth beer, man. Competitive.
You're messing me up over here. All right. I don't know. Do we have to add a fifth beer if they get a
Bro,
game?
if we win again, yikes.
Well, not
We're
even
gonna be
if
in
they
trouble.
win. What if they just forfeit the game and we get the win? Does that count?
I don't know, man. We're gonna have to talk about that off the air.
All right. Philly heading into Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's -7. I like Pittsburgh because even though I picked Philly last week to win and they ended up pulling it out, I think Pittsburgh's too good all around for Philly right now, and I'll take Pittsburgh -7. And guess what? Watch this. Ready? Look at it. Bam! Bobby said Steelers. What? That's a first. What you got?
I'm with you, man. I mean, the Steelers had an extra week off because of the game with the Tennessee Titans not being played. They're 3-0, playing at home. I mean, not that it makes a difference being at home anymore, but I don't know. I don't see them losing to the Eagles. The Eagles got a lot of problems over there. I got the Eagles in the big one, 24-17.
Damn, you got the Eagles winning like that?
I mean, no, Steelers. I'm sorry.
Like what? Right, so
I got the Steelers. Right, I'm seeing backwards. I'm seeing backwards right now. I got the Pittsburgh Steelers 24-17.
Like, let me put that back out there.
Hey, I got it written down there right there. I got it written just for proof.
All right. Let's pick up a little. Let's see. I think we got to pick up our time. Los Angeles Rams -7 against Washington Redskins. I don't know about this Kyle Allen, so I'm going to take the Rams -7. Good.
If I were you, I'd give you +7, man. If I were you, man, I'd give you that. I'd take it if I were you because the Rams are going to blow them out. I got them 28-17.
Oh, there you go. Looks good, even though Kyle Allen's coming in. Last time I checked, most of these, by the way, I pick my lines. I go on to ESPN. They got the lines there. That's where I go on. Cincinnati at Baltimore, there was no line. I guess they're all waiting to see if Lamar Jackson's going to play. Who's there? RG3 is their backup. I forgot all about that. Cincinnati's been playing good.
He's still around.
But I think Baltimore is just too much all around. I'll take Baltimore, especially if there's no line right now. I'll go with Baltimore.
I got the same thing, man. I think it's gonna be a blowout, also, man. I got them 35-17, man. I think it's gonna be a blowout, 2-touchdown win easily.
Easily. We got Minshew.
Even though Joe Burrow is looking pretty good, but it ain't happening.
They're playing better than I thought they would have. Even though I would have traded Burrow, I would have traded that first round pick if I was them. Anyway, let's move on. Jacksonville headed into Houston. Houston's -6. I like Houston. They fired a coach. Don't know. Maybe this team will be fired up. Jacksonville's always competitive, but man, Houston needs to get another win here. Needs to win. You can't tell me they're not going to win.
Who's stepping in for the coach? Romeo Cromwell, right?
Is it? No idea.
Yeah, no. I believe it's Romeo Cromwell coming in. He was the head coach before. I think he's going to do good. I got Texans 24-17.
All right. Miami going to San Francisco. San Fran, I think Kittles is back. I think he played last week. I'm not sure 100%. Anyway, -9. San Fran's -9. You know what I'm doing? I'm taking Miami. I like Miami with these points. I think they should cover or be in between. Not saying they're going to win. 9 points. I think it's pretty good. I'm taking Miami.
I don't know. I think it's going to be a close one. San Fran just lost to the Eagles. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I got a close one. I got 49ers winning, but in a tight game. I got them 21-17.
All right. Go on from there. Indy -1.5 to the Cleveland Browns, who just smacked up the Cowboys, then fell apart later on. Uh, Actually, I don't know. I'm hating on Indy. Don't know why.
Mm,
But I'm taking Cleveland getting a point and a half. What do you think?
that's good. I'm with you too. It's gonna be a tight one, but you should give them a point and a half. I got the Colts 21-17.
Oh, I like this, guys. I know it's a football show, but root for the Yankees. Yeah, I'm a Yankee fan. Here
Well,
you
I'm a
go,
Yankee fan too.
Yankee fan. Bam! Always
I don't
been a
have
Yankee.
anything available right now, but I'm definitely a Yankee fan.
The Rays. If the Yankees beat the Rays in this series, even if you don't know, like the Yankees, Kurt will have to do a Packy one chip challenge if the Yankees win. I like that. I want to know when that's on so I can watch it.
Oh, I gotta watch that. I gotta watch that. Have you seen the Packy One Chip Challenge?
My one buddy did one of those things. He was dying. All right, let's move
I
on
can imagine.
before Bobby yells at us. Where am I?
All right.
Who do you take? Indy or Cleveland?
Oh, I got Indy 21-17. It's gonna be a close one, man. It's gonna be
All
a
right.
good one.
Got that. New York Giants are heading into the Lone Star State, taking on the Cowboys, who are 9.5 underdogs. Well, minus 9.5 for the Cowboys. Jesus. It's a big spread, but I have not
Wow.
seen, even though the Giants played competitive last week somewhat, I'm going to take the Dallas Cowboys, giving up 9.5. All right, we got to pick up the pace. We got like 5
I'm
minutes.
with you, man. I'm the same thing you saying. I can't see them losing to the Giants, even though they're playing a little bit better. But I got Cowboys 30-17.
Another thing I looked at, another line was Denver against New England. I guess because we don't know what's happening. Well, they did get postponed actually to Monday, so we know what's happening. Unless some more people get sick, hopefully it doesn't happen. They didn't have any positive tests today in New England, so that's good. Denver's banged up. There was no line against New England. I don't know with this kid being the backup. I'm going to take Denver.
Oh,
I'm going to take Denver with no line to hand New England their third loss, so they'll be 2-3. So I'll be rooting for Denver this week. What you got?
no, I got no, man. I mean,
You
I like this kid Ripken. Hold on, yeah, Ripken. I mean, I like the game with that kid Ripken. I kind of like him.
That's actually Mark Ripken's nephew or cousin.
Yeah,
I think his cousin.
But I mean, Brian Hoyer had a horrible game too. But I don't know. I just don't see him losing to the Broncos, man. I got the Patriots.
Oh, by the way,
I don't know.
No Stephon Gilmore. That's pretty big too.
That's true. But I still got a tight one. I still got the Patriots winning 24-17. But I got the Patriots just edging them out. Yeah, man. It's gonna be interesting to see how those matchups with Hoyer and how Ripken plays. And without Gilmore, I forgot about that. Thanks for reminding me. But it still ain't gonna change my mind.
You gotta love Belichick. That guy's a beast. All right, Minnesota heading into Seattle. There's no 12th man, so cheer him on. Seattle's -7. Seattle's that team I love. Minnesota played better this week. Actually, they got their win. I didn't think they were going to win. They got a win, but I like Seattle even though they're giving up 7. Seattle's just a hell of a team all around. I like Seattle.
Man, I think the way that Seattle's playing, if they keep going like this, it's going to be a force to be reckoned with in the NFC. Vikings won. They played a little bit better, but I still see Seattle winning by at least 10. So I got Seattle winning 35-25.
All right, let's skip to Monday night. Especially we're on Tuesday night. Whoa. Anyway, Los Angeles Chargers going against New Orleans. Michael Thomas, we're not sure if he's going to play yet. I mean, he's practiced a little. He's still limited. New Orleans giving up 7.5. If Michael Thomas wins, they're definitely winning this game. I mean, if he plays, they're definitely winning. I'm taking New Orleans 7.5, even though we're not sure about him. By the way, this kid, Herbert or Hubert, whatever his name is, from the Chargers, the guy looks good. Looks pretty damn good.
He's pretty nasty, but I think he's going to make it a closer game. I like the way he played, but I still see Drew Brees still got a little bit gas, in his tank. I think he got a little bit something to prove this game, and if they win this game, I think they're going to get on a little bit of a roll. So I got the Chargers winning. I got the Saints winning 28-24 in a close one also.
All right. Last but not least, Buffalo Bills. They actually have it against Tennessee right now with no line. I guess they were waiting to see if this game was
They're
going to
waiting to
be.
see what happens.
Uh, I'm taking the Bills. So far, they've taken care of Tennessee, but they better
I don't
stop the
think
run. You're not going to
you
stop
better
the run.
you better take the Bills in every single game of the year.
That's not true. That's not true. But whatever. I'm taking the Bills.
I'm taking the Bills too. Shoot, the
All
Bills
right.
game, no game, any game, whatever game, Bills. Go Bills.
Jesus, we have another beer. It's gonna be 5 beers. My God.
No.
All right.
4 beers. Yeah.
I got,
Oh,
yeah.
we got to talk about that. If it's a forfeit, if that might, I don't know. We're gonna
I got
probably
you.
have the fans tell us what to do if we
Anyway,
get a buy on the beers, or do we
hold
have to
on,
drink the
Vinny.
fifth beer?
Jesus, Vinny can't even drink. Hold on. Let me finish up here. There you go. Bills will win 2-0. Nice. Parlay. My 2 parlays. Instead of I had Tampa, I forgot they're on actually tonight. I'm going to take the Rams, Pittsburgh, and Atlanta in one parlay. I always do 3-game parlays. And then on my third one, I'm going to take Baltimore, Seattle, and Cleveland. So good luck to anybody if you guys want to play those. I always play them up. We got to wrap it up. This is another episode of Viva Los Bills. Thanks, Mafia, Mando, Bills Mando. Oh my God, see, I'm all jacked up.
Mafia Mando.
Bills, Mafia, Mando. It's not even Mando, it's Mando.
It's Mando.
Thanks for
Yeah.
joining us today.
Like
Hopefully,
Mando.
we'll have you on at another point. Thank you for everybody watching. Go Bills. Viva Los Bills. Peace out.
Go Bills.
Bobby, everybody, thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting. We probably left some comments up there. Peace out, guys. Until next Thursday, 7:30. Adios. Adios.